are a rapid deployment strike force trained to operate on land, sea, and air.
We have to have this mindset that we are willing to go and give more than the ordinary soldier.
To become one of these warriors, the best of the best must undergo one of the world's toughest training courses.
It's even worse than I imagined.
Many try, but few succeed. Those who dare will be trained and tested in the push to receive the coveted badge in this elite band of brothers.
With 56 companion, request permission to enter the mess hall, sir.
This is the Marine Basic School, where they turn ordinary civilians into some of the toughest soldiers in the Philippines. For the next 6 months, these volunteers will endure some of the most unforgiving training the country has to offer.
Mostly, based kami sa disiplina dahil lang ang disiplina ay napaka-importante sa isang marino. Dahil may kahirapan ng training, kung hindi ka disiplinado, hindi mo kakayanin ang training.
This discipline is what forms the core of a force recon ethos, crucial in defending a country rich in conflict. The Philippines is an archipelago of over 7,000 islands. In the south, the nation's armed forces must wage war on scores of separatist militia like the Abu Sayyaf, dedicated to establishing independence from the Philippine government. The battleground is dense jungle and remote mountainous terrain, and these challenging conditions demand a special breed of soldier.
What we wanted was a strategic type of unit, which could conduct far-ranging reconnaissance, patrols, and operations. And its personnel could infiltrate by sea, air, and land.
The Force Reconnaissance Battalion is the special operations arm of the Philippine Marines, specialized in long-range reconnaissance patrols, amphibious assaults, and hostage rescue.
We must have this attitude that we must be better than the others because the rest of the Marine Corps expect us to perform way above the performance of others.
And it all starts here, Ternate Cavite, southern Luzon.
Dalawa, sabay. Sige, tulak mo. Bilisan mo dyan, basenga. Kung may tagilid mo, hindi ganyan. Yan, go. Ito yung ginagawa mo. Sabi na sabayo mo ka ng pa sa kakamay. Ikaw din magsahil. Ayusin mo, ituwid mo yung pa mo.
The intensive training program is designed to be as realistic and hazardous as possible, because as soon as they graduate, they will be sent into combat.
Most of the Marines are really tough because when you land on a beach, there is no place for hesitation. There's no way of going back into the ships. So the only way is forward. So the Marine Corps has developed very tough warriors.
The basic training is tough, but those that pass at the top can try out for the most elite team on offer. The Force Recon Battalion.
Sa training pa lang, nalalaman namin kung mayroon siyang potential na maging force reconnaissance dahil sa ability.
If they get selected, they'll move on to 3 months of specialized training, where a new level of hell awaits.
A lot is expected of us. Kaya sabi ko sa'yo, we're elite. We're supposed to be elite, not elitist. We have to have this mindset that we are willing to go and give more than the ordinary soldier.
The Force Recon Battalion will fight a highly specialized kind of war, the core of which is represented in their badge. The knife shows that they are warriors. Black and lightning represent their stealth, and the parachute shape shows that they are airborne.
So, yung airborne training is a core competency ng special operations na mini-maintain ng Force Recon. Using these skills, may nakaready tayong personnel na capable na mag-operate, magkaroon ng future deployment.
With a country spreading over 300,000 square kilometers, airborne insertion is the quickest way to deliver a team of special ops troops into a conflict zone. If you want to be Force Recon, you have to have the coveted silver wings. And the training to earn them is not for the faint-hearted. Day one, and the recruits are stripped of their ranks. From this day on, everyone will be a number. On equal footing, they all share the same goal, the jump of a lifetime.
I now declare your training starts today.
Airborne training requires a special dedication and courage because airborne training is very challenging physically and mentally.
They begin with the spring up and out roll call, a physical workout designed to help their landings.
Hindi yung mahina yung katawan nila, hindi sila makakalabas sa aircraft, ganun. Kaya lahat ng mga exercises dyan na tinuturo sa kanila is for the purpose ng jump training.
This is just the beginning, and already some of them are feeling the strain. Recruit 23 is the oldest of the batch.
Siyempre, stress talagang pagod ka talaga sa opening.
Ang pinakamahirap is yung ground training or tapping phase. Kasi dito, nagkakaroon ng adjustment eh. Nag-a-adjust ka psychologically, physically.
In this first phase, close to 25% will be eliminated. Candidate 6 hopes he won't be one of them.
Yung paghihirap dito sa airborne, wala siyang pahinga. Ang pahinga mo lang everyday, yung kain lang. Tapos, every 5 minutes lang may pahinga. After that, wala na.
Count, maintain position, right to the left and fight to the right. Are you ready? Sabay-sabay, exercise.
After roll call, the punishing exercises begin.
Yung nakikita natin ngayon dyan na exercise nila is para ma-practice nila yung balls of the feet, para hindi ma-flat-footed yung paa nila at makukurente yung pangangatawan nila.
Much of these exercises are especially designed to form the muscle memory needed for their ultimate mission. Jump from an aircraft, descend at 1,000 feet per minute, and land alive. This year, the Marines have selected more women candidates than ever before. It's a unique opportunity for Mary Joy Almedo.
Sa akin, gusto ko mag-airborne para to prove to myself na kaya kong makipagsabayan din sa lalaki. Sinasabing hindi namin mapapantayan yung lakas na lalaki, ma'am, pero sa sarili ko, ginagawa ko yung makakaya ko, ma'am, to prove to myself.
Wag mong i-separate talaga. Wag mong i-separate yung ginawa. Kung naka-clip talaga, i-clip mo talaga siya. Wag mong alisin doon sa helmet mo. I-clip mo yung chin. Ganyan.
The first thing these recruits will learn is the last thing that happens, the landing. Getting the body into a flexible position for it to withstand the impact of hitting the ground. Not landing correctly could lead to severe injury or death. This is just a taste of what the next 5 weeks are going to be like. It's a lot of repetitive moves and motions, but this is where their discipline and focus will be put to the test.
And ganun talaga, pag nag-undergo ka ng training, mahirap talaga sa mahirap yun. So, isipin mo na lang sa training na lahat yun may purpose, kaya mo ginagawa. And design yun talaga para ma-overcome mo lahat ng whatever adversaries na maharap mo sa in the future.
Next, they move on to practicing landing on the move. It's a chance for them to begin to feel the impact of a landing. From here, the recruits move to Fort Magsaysay, where they will find out if they have what it takes to jump from a tower 60 feet high and survive.
I imagined it to be worse. It's even worse than that.
For the toughest missions, the Philippine Marine Corps send in their specialist operators, the Force Reconnaissance Battalion. These men are the best of the best. Hoping to join this elite group are 92 men and women in Stage 1 of their airborne training course. Over the next 2 weeks, the rigors of the training schedule will become extreme as they prepare to move from ground training to tower jumps. Already, the toughening phase has forced out 2 volunteers.
22 kaming pumasok dito. Hindi ko alam kung 50% yung makakagraduate dito. Kasi mostly nagbaback out. Dahil minsan sobrang ding pagod.
But the 7 women trying to make the grade are still hanging on.
Sobrang pagod din, hindi na rin kaya minsan. Kaya matatawag talaga siyang special.
3, 2, 1, stop! Kanya-kanya kasi kayo eh. Teamwork ha, teamwork. Backboard to! Back to barracks, pull out!
This time yung class na to, baka kunti yung nag-back out dahil nga mahaba yung preparation, maganda yung preparation nila.
One of the riskiest procedures for an airborne warrior is to safely exit an aircraft. The Force Recon jump as teams with split-second accuracy. Delays on exit could mean landing miles from your target.
Tayo ngayon sa MacDor ha. Itong MacDor, ito yung bale aircraft natin sa lupa. Kasi wala tayong aircraft na pagpraktisan. Dito muna tayo mag-practice. Dito natin ginagamit ito sa exit. Stand in the door. Kumano 5-6 Sergeant? Trot siya, huwag kayong malon kaagad. Umexit kayo dito. Ulitin ko naman. Takin yung ulo. Clip your elbow. Proper grabbing of reserve. While counting, knees together, feet together, and spring up and out. Kasi pag di ka mag-spring, either babangga kayo sa side ng aircraft. Go! 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Hop! Ngayon, grab siya ng ganyan, di ba? Ang GM, titingnan ka ganyan yan. Ulit. Baka, lahang jumper siya or partial o total. Ha? Yan ang trabaho ng GM. Kaya gagawin nyo yan, once MacDor natin dito, gagawin nyo proper.
This training is for fixed line jumping. A line is attached to the aircraft, which automatically releases the parachute as soon as they jump. But things don't always go to plan.
Isipin mo ang blow, ha? Yung blow. Yung cloud sa ako na sini natin yung bulo na yan, ma'am eh. Isipin, wala kang parachute nakikita doon, ma'am. Wala kang parachute. Isipin, wala total talaga na di bumuka yung parachute mo. Kasi sinasabi yung blow. Kaya pag blow, ibig sabihin, reserve ka agad.
Their next test is to practice the malfunction procedures while being suspended 5 feet off the ground. They have to react to any of 3 possible scenarios. Necessary procedures that could someday save their lives.
Water landing! Helmet disengage!
First up is Candidate 1, one of the senior members of the batch. His performance will set the bar for the others.
Yung mental attitude, yung positive attitude, dapat nandun lagi. Very confident naman po. Okay.
Get together! Look to the horizon. Okay, ready? No, tap no go. Go! 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000.
The white flag represents looking up and seeing the parachute open.
Treetop level.
Treetop level means he needs to release his straps in time for a water landing.
Hello, Owan. Balik na lang.
Yung nahirapan akong magtanggal ng right strap. Saka lumaan na kasi nung gamit. Na ano siya. Hindi na siya madaling i-release kasi pang training lang yung mga gamit. Pag nangyari po yung ganun sa totoong buhay, may mangyayari hindi maganda sa'yo kasi madili ka na.
And that delay means he runs the risk of getting dragged underwater by his chute and drowning. But when things go wrong, the Force Recon is always ready. Adapting and surviving in every situation is an essential part of their training, especially in the water. To learn how to deal with potential drowning situations, recruits are bound hand and foot and thrown into the sea.
I love you, Force Recon! Go!
Pag boss nandun ka sa ilalim at kinapos ka ng hininga mo, talagang mamamatay ka sa ilalim ng dagat.
The fear of drowning can lead to panic, so the men are first taught to relax. Next, they will have to learn to control their breathing and make their way to shore. 10% of the Force Recon recruits who take this test are expected to fail. Back at the Special Ops Camp, the airborne course is in the final stage of their ground training. Next, they need to overcome their toughest challenge yet. When airborne soldiers land in high wind conditions, they risk being dangerously dragged for long distances. They must learn how to get out of potential trouble. To practice, 10 men will drag a recruit along the ground to simulate wind drag. To pass, they need to be able to regain control by standing up.
Ito ang procedure ng pag-recover. Pag hindi, kaya nang makipwel. Kasi matigas na yan, nakakuha na yan ng fully bloom na yung parachute. Ha? Ang gagawin dito, pag habang inihila siya, i-pull up. Dalhin dito. Itong isang pa, itapon dito sa side dito. Pagsabayan, tapos isikat. Pag nasikat na siya, pag nakatayo na, maramdaman mo nang itayo ka na niya, sabay bitaw itong tali. Ready, go! Hila. Hila. Go.
They've got just a few meters to force their bodies around. It's female recruit 52's turn. At 5 feet, she is one of the smallest on the course.
Nakakatakot na kasi nakikita ko sa mga unang nag-perform na mahirap talaga. Tapos yung mukha parang hindi na ma-drawing. Talagang mahirap dapat malakas yung lower body mo mag-twist naman para makuha mo yung pag-recover.
Ito, bend mo to bend mo to konti yan. Yan ha. Saka mo ibabit. Body twist ha. Pull up ka muna sa body twist ha.
Ay,
Hindi ganyan.
sige to, sir.
Sige to.
Bilis mo. Hinay lang. Mahinayan niyo lang kasi magasgas.
Ano, prepare?
Ay, sorry.
Ready? Tapo yung braso mo, Joy. Go! Recover! Up! Balik! Up! Hold! Pull up mo. Pull up. Ano, hila?
Ay, sorry.
Sige. Huwag mo munang pull upan. Dali, tingnan mo ko. Yung pull up mo talaga. Hilain mo yan.
52 has one last try to get this right.
Go! Pull up mo! Pull up! Tapo yung pa! Go!
Mapagod lang mag-pull up kasi sa force ng naghihila sa akin masyadong papersa tapos hindi ko makontrol yung persa nila. Tumatiming pa ako, ma'am.
Now, the rest of the men have to prove they can do it too. With all the ground techniques conquered, it's time to take things higher up. Phase 2 moves to this training tower, a massive 60 feet in the air. They call it the Tower of Hell. The Philippine Force Recon is an elite unit that specializes in land, sea, and airborne special operations. Part of what makes them so effective is their expertise in the close-quarter combat method, Kikita Tersha Kali. This Filipino martial art arms the users with a complete strategy to destroy the enemy at close range.
Ito na pag nag-strike sa hindi. Pag taas mo dito is susot siya dito and then mag-lock. Lock siya. Lock. So yan yung purpose na paano masama disarm. Same time, pwede mo sangkuanan dito. So yun yung lock, blade to blade, hand guard. And then ito naman sa full guard, yung bawang tumaga siya dito sa kamay ko, kung tumaga siya, ibig sabihin ito siya pwede siyang guard. So kaya may full guard siya. At the same time, laglag mo siya dito, kuha siya dito, lock. So kung sa practical, hawakan mo lang yung dito niya, at the same time, taga siya dito. So, disarm na siya.
This ancient system of fighting can be traced back to the 1500s. Its elaborate movements were created so they could practice the art in front of their Spanish colonial rulers without causing suspicion. Looking more like a dance than a martial art. Today, these moves are used against a different adversary.
Naisip ko nito, ma'am, dahil kasi nung that time remaining year na since of 1990, marami na pupugutan na Marines, ng mga kabrother na kabaro ko. So, nag-isip ako kung paano gawin na pang-counter doon sa mga bulo na pinapuputol ng mga kalaban na busayap.
The practice focuses on the proper use of the Philippine bolo, a long, heavy, single-edged machete. Each thrust is meant to kill.
Sa 24 hours na bar fight, hindi ka maubusan ng bala. Usually, pag naubusan kami ng bala, next in line namin na nagdidepend, ang option namin is yung bulo. Dahil ang kalaban, magagaling din sa paghawak ng bulo. Scenario natin ngayon, ito yung buhay. Pag nilagyan mo siya ng extension na bulo, ito pa yung haba ng buhay mo. So ito yung natawag namin na kadugtong ng buhay. Bulo is my life.
Close-quarter combat is a vital part of recon operations, especially in the southern islands of Mindanao, which has been plagued by Islamic insurgency and terrorism for decades. Thousands of well-armed fighters continue a campaign of guerrilla warfare against the state.
Because the current trend is what we foresee in future wars is not wars between countries anymore, but wars between proxies of these countries. And usually these are insurgents or terrorists. And what you need are elite, highly trained soldiers who can conduct surgical operations in whatever place they're deployed.
The Force Recon Battalion was called into action when it was assigned to conflict-ridden Mindanao in 2000. Their mission, to neutralize the forward defenses of Camp Abubakar to clear the way for the rest of the Marine battalions to move in. Master Sergeant Luis Marmol was part of that operation.
So, ang mission namin doon, makuha namin yung detachment sa harapan. Kasi yun yung paanan going to Abubakar. So, dapat makuha yung isang detachment doon bago po-forward ka sa taas. Then, ang position, galing kami from down, going to up. So, nasa up sila. So, kahit outnumber nga kami. So, tinugunan lang namin yung mission na binigay sa amin.
Using classified tactical maneuvers, they reached their objective. But 3 of his comrades died in battle. For the 90 men and women hoping to join the prestigious ranks of the Force Recon, They're now entering phase 2 of their airborne course. Here, they must face the dreaded Tower of Hell, where they will be tested on exiting and malfunction drills, while speeding down a zip line over 100 meters.
Baba lang yan. Bigyan nyo na lahat yung ano nyo dyan. Mga karapat-dapat para ma-check out kayo.
It's the first time they will find out if they really have what it takes to be airborne. One small step into thin air takes a huge amount of courage. If vertigo kicks in, they will fail the course.
Instruction doon sa taas. Yung riser nasa likod dyan. Huwag kayong papayag na yung riser nasa harapan nyo. Dahil pagtalon nyo, tatama yan sa mukha nyo.
The feeling, halos lahat kami na-excite actually. Kasi ito yung masasabi naming last phase ng training namin before the final jump.
Spring up, ha? Out. And count 1 to 4. Ha? Grab your reserve. Tuck in your head. Feet together. Check your malfunction.
Yan. Go!
The instructors are looking for 100% confidence when exiting the aircraft, because hesitation could lead to an uncontrollable spin and possible death. This is the moment of truth for Candidate 1.
Normal lang naman yung kaba, pero dapat kong isipin para makapag-perform na maayos. One, sir. Stand on the door.
Ano na, one, sergeant? Stand by! Go! 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, up!
Marami siyang deficiency. Pushing sa tower, delay ang tuck-in of head, pass counting, pag-jump niya, yung reserve niya, mali ang pag-grabs.
Most common sa first day kasi nakikita natin yung weak exit at saka yung grabbing of reserve. So hindi nila masyadong nape-perform yun kasi kinakabahan sila. Gagawin natin itong 1 week para paulit-ulitin natin sila para ma-perfect nila yung jump. Para pagdating ng jump week, okay nila.
Alongside proper techniques, the instructors have come up with their own special remedy to help spur on the nervous recruits.
Ito, sir, yung yung pampatapang nila. Gagawin natin inumin nila para pampalakas ng loob. Para pagtalon nila doon, malakas yung loob na nila. Bawat balik nila, inom, kain. Sobrang tapang na nila.
Candidate 6 is one of the lucky first to try.
Lagyan muna kita ng lipstick para tumapang ka ng tumapang.
Forward! 1! Maganda yung 2! Stand it down! Number 6, sir! Go! Ay! Hesitating! No tap, no go! Ba't nag-go ka?
At the end of the zip line, a rope stops the recruits from hitting the trees.
Wala na! Di nakapagbilang!
Next up is female recruit 22, one of the 7 women trying to make the grade. But she's in trouble. The damp conditions are making it difficult to stop.
Okay?
Natamaan ng lubid ng pagbaba ko. Kaya medyo hindi ako makaya. Konting sapa lang. Dito mismo sa may...
Fear is still stopping many from perfecting their exits. They have 7 days to get it right or they miss the jump of their lives and the chance to be part of one of the most elite special ops teams in the country. From
Masarap kasi subukan mo nang dumulon sa totoong real na aircraft. Para kang anghel na lumulutang sa lapaap.
Last night, we jumped the night before. We gotta jump tonight as we never jumped before. When we're done, we're happy as can be. 'Cause the best company.